What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, and today on Top 10 Tuesdays, we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Now, not necessarily saying all these video games are going to be necessarily amazing. It's not the best video games of all time. It's my favorite video games of all time. Hopefully, some of you guys have played this. Hopefully, some of you guys maybe have a nostalgia trip about some of these games, because I know, they were popular at their time. Some of these guys are a little bit older, a little bit dating. But, yeah, let's jump right in. Before we jump into the official top 10, we do have 3 honorable mentions, and that is going to be NHL 98 for the Sega Genesis. That is old school. I remember we used to have that. That was my favorite hockey game of all time. I believe actually in one of the newer NHL games. I don't really play them anymore because I got rid of the speed burst, but they did make like a mini game. You could play one of the old school NHL games on it, which was kind of cool. GoldenEye for N64, obviously playing multiplayer with your friends, it was fucking awesome. Whoever got the golden, remember getting the golden gun and all that other shit. That was incredible. And Left 4 Dead for the Xbox 360. Realistically, that is really including both the first and second installment of the game. Both were very, very fun, and I can't wait for hopefully the third one to come out for the next gen consoles. So jump right into my official top 10. At number 10, we're going with Overwatch for the Xbox One. Currently, it's sitting at 10 for a new game. The newest game on this list could definitely improve over time. I still think it needs a little bit more maps and characters and stuff like that. But I think that's going to come over time. And it's free. There's no more paying for DLC. No more paywalls like in Call of Duty. Everything's going to come probably at a little bit slower of a rate. But it's free, so I mean, you can't really complain too much. The game is very fun when you're with friends. It's unbelievably frustrating when you're playing with randoms. But with friends, when it's at its peak, it is maybe the most fun game, especially multiplayer and shooter, that I have played on the next-gen consoles. And I think it's only going to go up from there. I don't think it'll ever fall off my list. It's incredibly fun. Going number 9, WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 for the PlayStation 2. This is a game still to this day when me and my buddies are coming over and they come over and drink. We're fucking playing Smackdown vs. Raw 2007, be it a Royal Rumble where we just make sure no one can be the Great Khali because he's impossible to throw out. You get have crazy title matches, TLC, Hell in a Cell, all that shit, man. I think that was the best of the new generation of PlayStation 2 games where they, you had Here Comes the Pain, which I do like. I paid fucking like $30 to get that a couple, maybe even like 2-3 years ago, just to kind of complete my collection of PlayStation 2 games. But for playability and for all the characters and the massive roster size and the graphics, I think Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 was where it's at. Going number 8, it's going to be San Francisco Rush 2049 for the N64, the best racing game on N64. I will say that right now. Yes, all you Mario Kart fans are probably throwing your hands up in the air in disbelief. But I believe this game was fun. You had the stunt mode that was very fun. You had cars with wings. The racing was very good. The graphics were good. It was one of the later games released for the N64. So, I mean, the graphics were on point. And, I mean, battle mode was fucking awesome. Like, all 3 modes. The racing mode was the least good mode. Least incredible grammar there, C4. The least appealing mode for me, if you will, in this game. You had the stunt mode and the battle mode. I fucking love playing multiplayer with that shit. Great game, I know. I got a lot of hours logged in on that game. Going number 7, it's gonna be Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. I don't know. I wasn't a serious gamer when the NES was out. I was what was I, 6, 7? Like, it was my first game console, because Robin Steele already had it. My favorite game from that was Super Mario Bros. 3. Playing it at lunchtime breaks at school, but then having to pause it, and hopefully my parents wouldn't flick it off by the time we get home from school because there's no save feature. Just a great game. Well, the best game for the NES in my money was Super Mario Bros. 3. You get the fucking what was that called? The raccoon suit. You can fly away. You get the frog suit, the Tanuki or something like that. But yeah, overall, that game was fucking sick. I still remember the cheat codes where you go and you press down on one of the squares and you can go behind the game and you end up getting to the secret room, getting a whistle, or the flute. The flute, of course, not a whistle. Come on. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 was the shit. Going number 6 is going to be FIFA 12 for the Xbox 360, the best installment of FIFA. That's when, back when you used to have custom teams and every other game was innovative. There actually was a big difference in graphics and stuff like that. I think it was definitely the peak of the last gen consoles was FIFA 12. Everything after that was kind of rehashed every other year. But I don't know. You're pretty hard pressed to find someone that doesn't kind of rate FIFA 12 up there with how it was the first game I also played Ultimate Team with, which is an incredible mode. I know a lot of people here that watch for Madden and think Madden Ultimate Team's good. Madden Ultimate Team has absolutely nothing on FIFA Ultimate Team. FIFA Ultimate Team is just so much more diverse. There's so much more to it, and Yeah, it's very sick. But yeah, FIFA 12 coming in at number 6, my favorite soccer game of all time. Going number 5 is Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox One. This is a great game. Honestly, if this game didn't make it so you had to buy those shark cards, buy every new weapon, every new car, every new thing they add to the game for free DLC. I guess it is free DLC. It just costs so much goddamn money. It makes the game too much of a grind, and the fact that to really earn that kind of money, you have to play the same 3 heists over and over again. That's not that fun. But I mean, overall, from the standpoint, GTA Online is incredible. It's such a fun time, and I honestly am looking forward to what GTA 6 Online is going to look like whenever the hell that's going to come out. Probably another 3 years or something like that. But GTA 5 is an absolutely sick game. The story mode was fun, and the online mode may be the best time I've had in video game history. Going number 4 is going to be NCAA Football 11 for the Xbox 360. Yes, because it had Tim Tebow on the cover. But let's be honest. NCAA football games were always better than Madden. They always had more to do. They had a much longer lifespan. They could, you know, the what was it, career mode? Was it coach mode? I can't remember the name of it. Dynasty. That was what it was called, Dynasty. It'd go like 60 seasons. Fucking NFL, when you're doing the franchise mode in NFL, it goes what? Like 15, 20, 60 seasons, man. The game was incredible. I remember I fucking bought it secondhand off Amazon and it shipped and didn't work, which was kind of a bummer. But I still have NCAA football. The last one they came out was 14 or 13. One of them, I still have that game, so anytime I want to pop it in, I may actually start playing that again and putting some of that shit up on the channel, just to kind of hook my capture card up to the Xbox again. But yeah, NCAA Football 11 coming in at number 4. Going with number 3 is going to be NFL 2K5 for the PlayStation 2, the best football game I've ever played. Like I said, I still have my PlayStation 2 hooked up, and anytime my buddies come over, we usually play Smackdown vs. Raw 2007, and then when we get bored of that, we pop in old NFL 2K5, and you used to have a fantasy mode where you picked a defense, you picked your quarterback, your starting wide receivers, your starting running back, your starting tight end, and you'd go off. That is the best quick play mode you could have. I wish they implemented that into Madden, but I mean, 2K5, best mechanics. The story modes was good. The amount of customization, that'd be the proper word for that, was great. You had the crib, you know, Jamie Kennedy and Carmen Electra would always call you up. You could get Chris Berman as a special character. I mean, this game had it all. And I feel sorry for the younger people out there that never had a chance to play 2K5. I would say it'd be worth getting. Well, I don't know, maybe because we grew up on these graphics. I think making the jumping back from Madden graphics currently to go 2K5, you might be like, oh, this game's ugly. But the playability of that game was fucking outstanding and still holds up today. Going number 2 is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 1 for the Xbox 360. This is my most popular and maybe most played game of all time. Actually, no, fuck that. My number one game is going to be my most played game of all time. But my most played game as a teenager / adult is Call of Duty Black Ops 1. It was the funnest Call of Duty for microtransactions and crazy jumping. It was boots on the ground. It was, you know, very fun guns, small maps, high action, low things to exploit, if you will. There's no quick scoping. There was the kill streaks were kind of overpowered. I mean, sometimes once you get the chopper gunner dogs, it was fucking game over. But for my money, man, I think Call of Duty Black Ops 1 stands up against any Call of Duty, past or present, or even in the future, man. I hope that they can get a game that eventually can combat with that and compete with that in terms of playability and enjoyment. But I don't see it happening with the current trend of Call of Duty games. And number 1 for my top 10 favorite video games of all time is WWF No Mercy for the N64. You can probably see in a couple of my earlier videos when I first started this, there was some WWF No Mercy gameplay. I have logged in the most hours on this game out of all of them. I'd say maybe with Robin Steele, it's up there, man. Just the creative wrestler. This is the perfect wrestling game. The moves were good. The creative wrestler was amazing. The storyline was great. You know, you could unlock the way that you can buy and unlock characters was sick. It really was ahead of its time, and for my money, it is the best game ever released for the N64. It's the best wrestling game, and it is my favorite game of all time. I will still dominate. I'll put my money right now that I will dominate anyone in the WWF No Mercy. If I had $1 million, I would have a yearly annual fucking WWF No Mercy contest in my house, and I would dominate it. But yeah, guys, those are my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Let me know in the comment section below if some of these games really resonate with you and you guys enjoyed them. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.